going on YouTube? Mark Villarreal here once again. I hope y'all are having a wonderful day. Today is an awesome morning. I had to come fishing. It's so beautiful. It's cloudy. It's a little foggy. It's a little cloudy. It's very nice out here. It's a very beautiful morning. It's not cold at all. And the tide's pretty high right now. It's at a decent height right now. It's pretty good. But initially it's going to be going down. Low tide should be hitting about, I don't know, 4 more or less. I'm not sure. Around that time low tide should be hitting here in Port Mansfield. But that's where we're at. We're in Port Mansfield and we're getting started for an awesome day of fishing. I got my buddies over there waiting already. And we're getting ready. We're getting ready to get in the water. I had to align the boat a little better so I can drift towards their direction, because I didn't want to be in the way of their drift with the boat. So wish us the best of luck, everybody. Do not forget to hit the subscribe button. Go visit our website at www.lcd956baitandtackle.com. You can shop, you can contact us, let us know what you think. Do not forget to hit that subscribe button. I hope you all enjoy the rest of your day, and I hope you enjoy this video. Fish on. All right, everybody, so we're gonna start off. I'm prepping my jig head. All right, so I'm gonna be using a 1/8 jig head. It's pretty high. It's not high tide, but the tide's pretty good right now. But since I'm waiting, I like to use a 1/8 jig head. Reason is because it's their standard, and it's probably one of my most effective jig head. I'm gonna be fishing about 2 feet of water, or about 2 feet of water. And the 1/8, I like it so much, so when you're waiting it works very well because you get to control your lure. When I say control, I mean you have more control over your lure. You know, it'll sink down the way you want it. You can take your time, reel it in and work your lure. So we're going to be trying these Lower Laguna baits. This is a new color that just came out. This is a Swim Shad Chamoy. As you can see, this is a Chamoy, and this is the lure itself. I'm going to show y'all how I use my quick twist. So a lot of people, they come to the shop and they ask me, hey, you know, how to use these. So I demonstrate to them, and I'm going to demonstrate to y'all how. So basically, most lures, I'm not speaking for all of them, I'm speaking for most of them, they have a flat part and they have a round part. The round part I consider to be the belly, or the panza, or the belly of your lure. And the flat part I would consider being your back, your spine, or the top of the fish. So I go ahead and measure through the outside. When I say the outside, I measure through right here to the lure. I put my jig head here, and I line it up with the tip of your lure. I line it up right here to the bottom of my weight from the jig head. Like that, I know where my jig head, how far up it's supposed to go. So I put my thumb right here where the hook kind of aligns itself. As you can see, I align the top of the jig head, or I'm sorry, I align the top of my lure to the bottom of my jig head, and then I put my thumb here. That's indicating that that's where the hook's gonna come out. So now I'll put my hook through the top center of my lure. I go straight down the middle, as straight down as you can, straight through the middle, and then I take it out where my thumb placement is. You see, it's gonna curve a little bit, but that's why you're gonna start screwing it on. You start twisting it clockwise, twisting it, and it's gonna screw itself into that screw lock, right? And that's it. That's all it is to it. And we're ready to go. We're gonna start off with this color. Wish us the best of luck. Let's start fishing. All right, so on the second cast, we caught a nice trout with this Lower Laguna red color. Let me show y'all. All right, first trout, dinker, but they're gonna come out. All right, everybody, so I'm drifting kind of a little far away, maybe about 200 yards from my buddies. They're 200 yards over there. So I didn't want the boat to be in the way, so I kind of came over here. And as I got off here, you already saw I got a small trout. I got off here, I got a small trout. So I'm gonna work this area, everybody. It was my second cast of the morning. I got a trout right away. I've been getting some bites. Like right now I got another one. And I decided to just work this area. So a little tip, if you're waiting, or even if you're on a boat and you start getting bites in an area, work that area slowly. Don't be in a rush to fish it. Work it slowly. And if it's still producing, keep on working it. And if it stops producing, then move a little faster. Starts producing again, then you start moving slow again. All right, you see, it was a good call. I stayed in this area, you know, getting some decent bites, and I don't have to move. I don't have to move anywhere. See, I'm casting out again and working my lower laguna slowly up and down, slowly up and down. And I try to pick it up. You know, you kind of feel as high as you go. So if you pick it up high, then you know how high you're going. You kind of feel it. Okay, so that's one retrieve. And yeah, so if you're catching in an area, you got to work that area slow. Cover the whole you know, a good radius around your area, and try to work it, because there's fish there. If it slows down on you, then speed it up. When I say speed it up, just keep on moving and find yourself another good area. So I casted to the left, no luck. I'm casting to the right. I'm gonna do my retrieve a little faster, not too fast, but just a little faster than I was last time. So I casted to the left, no luck. I come casting to the right. Now remember, if it slows down, just move a little bit. Move a little bit. You gotta move slowly. If it slows down completely, then move faster. You know, work the area faster. But if it's doing pretty good for you, decent, like I just caught 2 fish within 2 minutes, 3 minutes, work the area. Now as you see, I cast it to the left, then I cast it to the right, and now I'm casting to the center, to the middle, because I want to, and we're on. You see, you got to work your area. You want to cast left, straight, right, all the way around. As I told you, you got to work the area. Slow it down. Slow it down if it's biting. Slow down your movements. Your movements as in moving from spot. You know, this is good for when you're waiting or when you're drifting. If you're drifting on a boat and you're getting good action, then you anchor down and you work that area until it stops producing. Then you let it drift a little more. Let your boat drift a little more. So we know they're hitting that way, right? So let's see. They're hitting that way, so let's try. Remember my retrieve? It's just picking it up and letting it drop. That's all it is. So yeah, we're saying that work the area slow. If you're getting action, work the area slow. The more action you have, the slower you work it. You know, don't move from areas. Don't be in a hurry to move. That's what we're talking about. So if it slows down, then you move a little faster. You know, 2-3 cast, no bites, nothing, then move forward, and cast towards all directions. All directions. Cast towards all directions, because you want to be able to cover all the areas. You know, where there's one fish, there's got to be another. So I speeded up my retrieve a little bit, and I'm moving forward a little bit, and I didn't like where I cast it. And I'm using that Chamoy color, Lower Laguna Chamoy. Hopefully we find the reds. See, I'm gonna slow down my retrieve a little bit. Slow it down a little bit. Just slowing it down a little bit. Got away. All right, so we've been working this area. We've been moving slowly because we were getting some bites, but I've already done about 3 casts and I haven't really gotten another fish. So I'm gonna move forward a little bit. I'm moving with the wind, with the current, because that's the direction that my boat's gonna be moving to. So I gotta move towards the wind, towards the current. All right, so I changed my retrieve a little bit. I changed my retrieve a little bit. I slowed it down a lot more. I let it hit bottom, and I would just do one pickup and one drop. So I'll show y'all right now. You see, this chamoy color is on fire this morning. This chamoy color is on fire this morning. Okay, it's a new color by Lower Laguna Baits. Let me get my anchor pull up so my boat can drift towards me. All right, so this is, hold on. This is my retrieve. I slowed it down. I let it, you see, it fell on the bottom. I let it drop. I picked it up once, pop it again. You just pick it up and let it hit bottom. Don't be in a rush to reel in your line. Just let it drop and let it bounce up and let it drop down. Bounce up and let it drop down. So that curly tail, it goes up, swims up, and it dives straight down, and the curly tail dives down. Oop, and we missed a bite. See if I can still get the fish. We're very close, but hopefully he's still around. If not, oh well, I'll get him right now. Okay, so my lure kind of, you see the tail kind of got in the hook. Always make sure you fix those little mistakes, because that'll make a big difference on your performance. All right, so we cast it again. Let's do the same retrieve. Ooh, we got a bite and missed it, but they are biting. Another bite. I think we got some weed or something. Oh no, we got a fish, a little fish. Check that out. Croaker. Okay. All right, so we've been casting to the left a lot. Let's cast a little bit to the center. All right, so my bait fell. We're bouncing it. And we're on. You see? That's all it is. Not much to it. Not much to it. So I am using a Waterloo salinity rod. And I'm using a ballistics. It's a 2500 ballistics Daiwa. You see? There's a dinker and it came off. Perfect. Perfect. All right, let's try the same retrieve. All right, everybody? This time we're going to be casting towards the right. See? You swim, you make it swim up, or you make it bounce up and you let it dive down to the floor. You don't want it to dive all the way down to the bottom. And we're on. Oh, it came off. It came off. He came off. He came off. See if we can get something here close to us. Oh, they're here. They're real close. They're real close. They're real close. But that one got spooked. Let's try it again. So I am using a Daiwa Ballistics 2500, and it's on my Waterloo salinity. I'm waiting for my Stratic to come in, so I can use it again. For right now, I'm using my Ballistics. But from the Stratic and the Ballistics, I kind of like the Stratic better. I'm not gonna lie. They've been biting. They're hitting this lure pretty crazy. Yep, they're hitting it. And I'm real close to me, so I have the lure very close to me, so I'm just trying to see if I can catch something right there in front of me. But I kind of already feel where they're at, so we're gonna go ahead and get them this time. All right, I kind of feel where they're at, where the little school's at, so I'm gonna bounce it up slowly, real nice and soft, real nice and soft and slow, so if another trout comes, it'll just swallow it completely. Come on, baby. Okay, so I guess that little school moved. That little school moved, but it's okay. It's okay. Because I know where they're moving to. I feel it. I feel it. I'm not being too rough. Oh, I'm not being too rough on the bouncing. I'm bouncing the line slowly and softly. I'm not being too aggressive. I'm keeping it at a low bounce. Instead of going all the way up, I'm keeping it at a little bounce like this, you know. And they're biting, but I think there are a lot of small trout. There are a lot of small trout biting, but I want to get the mama, so let's try this again. See if I gotta pick it up a little more to attract some bigger fish. All right, so this chamoy color has been doing very good, but I'm gonna switch it up. I'm gonna see if they want the white. Now this white Lower Laguna, it's the Milky flavor. This one's already a little used. It already has a couple fish under his belt, but it has a little heavier jig head, so I can allow it to sink a little faster. I want to see that's gonna make a difference right now this morning. And of course I want to change the color up to see if the white's gonna hit it for us. So let's try it, guys. Come and check it out to see if we hit it. All right, so we're casting and walking slowly. Sometimes when it slows down on you, you just walk slowly and forward and just kind of walk and cast, walk and cast, walk and cast, because you have to walk until you find the fish, right? You're gonna walk slowly, cast, and you're gonna kind of go towards your jig head and your jig head towards you until you feel that you're in a good area. Then you slow it down, right? You slow it down because it can be a good sign that there's a lot of fish around there, because a lot of times that's the case. A lot of times that's the case. You find a fish and there's a lot more. So I stopped here to kind of, you know, work my little lure a little better, and I got a bite, but he let it go. I think it's a lot of small trout. I'm gonna walk a little bit that way. I'm gonna walk slowly. Walk slowly, walk slowly. Sorry, it's because I'm over here trying to pay attention to the bowl. You can't see, but let's go ahead and anchor it down, and let's keep on fishing. All right. So I anchored down the bowl because I want to work this area slow. I put a heavier jig head so it can sink a lot faster, and I can work it a little faster. So I'm doing a straight drop, and we're on. See what I mean? We're on. They're small. There are a lot of small trout out here today, guys. There's a lot of small trout out here today. Maybe a couple legal sizes, but you know, I'm gonna release them and try to get some decent sizes, right? So yeah, I slowed down because I felt some bites, so I slowed my my walking. Now I'm gonna work this area slowly. I'm gonna work this area slowly to see if the fish are here. I already caught one, so it's a good sign, right? Where there's one, there's another. So these lower lagunas are doing pretty good. You know, I've proven times and times before that it's a good lure. It's garlic scented. It's a nice curly tail, very nice curly tail, the perfect size for the perfect action. You know, it's a little grub, shad, whatever you want to call it, but it catches fish. We have tons of color available here at my shop, but it catches the fish. See, so now I'm casting towards the right. Been catching a lot of trout, but you know, I would like some reds. All right, so I switched off to the K Wigglers, the white willowtail, the bone diamond, and I caught a decent sized trout. Check it out. Well, there's the lure. You saw the trout, and that's what I switched to right now. Now let's see if it's gonna work again. All right. So I let it sink all the way down. I pick it up, let it fall. Pick it up, let it fall. Pick it up, let it fall. Oh yeah, we're on. Oh baby. Looks like another decent sized trout. It's coming towards me. And yeah. See it? Another decent size. So they're getting a little bigger as we go. A little bigger as we go. So yeah, I was using the purple charts K Wiggler, but since I noticed they might be liking the white better today, I switched back to the white, the bone diamond. There it fell. Now sometimes you have to try all kinds of retrieves until you figure out the one that's working for you. You know, there's all kinds of retrieves you can do. You know, there's not just one retrieve that there is to do, right? There's several. What I mean by retrieve is several ways to work your lure. There's not just one way to work your lure. You have to work it all kinds of ways until you figure out the way that you feel comfortable with, the way that's working for you, that's catching fish, or that's getting you action, or whatever you feel that it works, right? See, it bit it nice. I'm bringing it a little faster towards me. All right, so I switched out to a topwater lure, and it hit pretty good. I got a nice trout on topwater. Probably the biggest one so far. Nice trout. All right, so we're using this topwater lure right here. I'm gonna go ahead and cast it out again. I'm using my $36 rod. This is a Berkeley rod, and I'm using the Daiwa. It's the Daiwa Reverting. It's a $45 reel. So all I'm doing are 2 jerks, but not hard, just soft. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, just soft, everybody. Not hard. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. All right, so I felt that the top water was coming in wrong, so this is what happened. That's why I didn't catch no fish. That's why I ain't catch no fish. All right, let's try this again. All right, so I changed back to the Chamoy. This is the Chamoy, This is Lower Laguna baits on a 1/8 twist lock jig head. So I'm switching off to Chamoy because earlier I was getting a lot of action on it. So let's see if I can get some action again on it. I've been switching lures, trying different things to try to catch some big fish, and I haven't caught big fish yet. So let's see what this curly tail can do for us. All right, so let's change our direction of casting. Yep, and we're on. I knew it. This Chamoy wasn't gonna let me down. Nobody can resist Chamoy. Not even the fish. This is a new color by Lower Laguna Baits, and I love it. I love it. It works very good, man. You see, it was slowed down on me, and I got a decent sized trout. A decent sized trout. We're gonna measure this one just for the sakes of it. Might not be the legal size, but we'll just double check. Now here's a proof that Chamoy in the house. Oh, let me clear my screen. All right. So the Chamoy did it again. The Chamoy did it again. I'm not gonna measure it, it's too small. We're gonna release it.